Hi YouTube, it's Crystal with Wanna Be a Loser. I am coming to you today to do my 4-month update. It is May 24th. I had my surgery on January 24th. And I'm also probably gonna do a little bit of like what I eat in a day at 4 months post-op, just to give you an idea, because yet again, that's something that was extremely helpful for me. So stats first, just to get them out of the way. I am 35 years old. I am 5 foot 5 inches tall. My highest recorded weight was 298 pounds. My surgery weight on January 24th of 2018 was 280 pounds. And this morning, May 24th of 2018, I weighed in at 216.8 pounds. That is a total weight loss of 82 pounds and change. I had my surgery with Dr. John Gonzalez at Sage Bariatric Institute in San Antonio, Texas. I had the vertical sleeve gastrectomy. Okay, shot keeping over. I know everybody's always interested in the stats first, so I wanted to get that out of the way. So, 4 months post-op. I'm feeling great. All of the nausea and the other complications that I had in the beginning, gone, not even an issue anymore. I'm tolerating most foods just fine. I have discovered that fatty foods tend to give me a really upset stomach. I don't have any sort of dumping syndrome or anything like that. Sleeve patients may or may not end up with dumping. It's a lot more common in the bypass. So I haven't had any dumping, but I do get kind of a little nauseated or a little sick to my stomach if I eat anything with too much fat, like a sausage, that sort of thing. So I try to stay away from those and just stick with lean proteins and vegetables. So it's working. I mean, 82 pounds in 4 months, so not gonna lie, that's amazing. Some non-scale victories are I've lost 43 inches all over my body, like 8 inches off my waist and hips, 6 inches off of each arm and thigh, several inches off my neck, several inches off my bust, which is actually a good thing because I was seriously considering a reduction before all of this started. So super excited with all of my progress. I'm down, I started at a size 24-26 women's, which is about a 3X, and I am now in a size extra large top. Some large, it just depends on the brand, but mostly extra large. Or a size like 16-18, and I am in a size 16-18 pant, again depending on the brand and style. So super excited. It's been 12 years since I have been this weight, so basically rewind myself 12 years, and it's amazing. So yeah, doing really good. I have experienced in the past few weeks the dreaded post-operative 3 to 4 month hair loss situation. Basically whatever hair was in the telophase at the time of your surgery, it's like your body freaks out and freezes hair production in your hair follicle cycle, and about 3 to 4 months in it starts back up again. So just depending on how much of your hair was in that resting phase versus the growing phase when you had your surgery, it determines how much hair you lose once it starts back up again. It's exactly like postpartum hair loss. It's exactly the same process. And I did have a lot of postpartum shedding with both of my kids, so yay, I guess it happens to the best of us. I have a lot of hair though, like I have really thick hair, so A, it's not the end of the world, and B, that's why I'm shedding so much, is just because I have a lot of hair. So, not everybody experiences it, and not everybody experiences it to the same degree, so don't panic. It just, if it happens, it happens. It will grow back. You won't be bald forever. I'm not even bald. I mean, like, you can't even tell. I'm just pulling handfuls of hair out every time I shower. So we are actually back in San Antonio right now because my husband had the sleeve done 1 week ago. So we are here in town. He is actually at his post-op visit right now. So hopefully be released to head back home to Indiana and Kentucky. So that's wonderful. He's had a bit of a rough recovery. He had some complications. He had some post-operative internal bleeding and some odd side effects from that. But he has not had any nausea. So that's really good because that drove me insane right after mine. So he's doing really well. He's lost 26 pounds, 28 pounds in the last 2 weeks. So he's right on track to be an amazing weight loss patient just like me. Okay, so fast forwarding, what do I eat at 4 months post-op? Now this varies by program and by surgeon, so by all means, listen to your surgeon's program. Don't do what I do just because. But it's working for me so far, so I'm sticking with it. Post-operatively, I am on no restrictions eating. I can eat anything I want, that's on the diet plan. I'm not, there's nothing like red meat or anything that I'm not supposed to have. I am between 700 and 900 calories a day. I try to keep it right at 8. That way if I go a little bit over or I'm a little bit under, it's not, horrible. So around 800 calories a day. 65 grams of protein. And trying to keep carbs under 40 grams a day. Less if better. But, and then hopefully no more than 15 to 20% fat. Although I will fully admit that my macros need work because my fat intake is a lot more than 15% right now. Because I eat a lot of cheese and that's bad and I know it's bad, so I'm working on it. So for kind of an example of what I eat every day, I found on the Food Coach Me Facebook group, I think it was the Food Coach Me Facebook group, somebody gave the tip of using the Premier Protein pre-mixed shakes as coffee creamer, and that helped me cut out several hundred calories a day because I'm a coffee addict. And even though I was using like the low fat and the sugar-free almond milk coffee creamer, it still adds a lot of calories. They're empty calories. I mean, they're just useless. So using either the vanilla or the caramel Premier Protein shake in place of coffee creamer solved that problem because I get a huge jolt of protein. It's low carb and low fat and no sugar, so it's perfect. And then somebody else posted not long after that, I think in the same group, to get, and this is brilliant, you guys, if you're Starbucks / iced coffee freak at all, this is now my breakfast every morning because it's amazing. If you go order, and you can make it at home too, I'll tell you in a second, but if you go order a double shot of espresso in a venti sized cup that's 1/2 to 3/4 full of ice, and they will do it for you, no problem. And it's cheap too because it's only like $2.50 for the double shot of espresso, way cheaper than a latte, because their latte base is so full of sugar, it's ridiculous. And even if you get a breve style, which is just half and half instead of their latte base, it's still really high calorie. And again, that's empty calories and that's a lot of fat. So if you just get the double shot of espresso in a venti cup that's 1/2 to 3/4 full of ice, and that's important because one pre-made Premier Protein shake fits perfectly. It fills up the rest of that venti cup perfectly. And I'll insert a picture here. And it is an iced latte with 30 grams of protein, only 5 carbs, like 2 grams of fat in those, I think, and 0 sugar. Yes, please. Thank you. I'm a cheapskate and I don't like to buy coffee all the time, and I wanted to have this every morning. So what I did instead was I did my research. I'm not paying $200 for an espresso machine. Not gonna happen. And all the reviews on the cheap ones were like, this thing broke in 2 months, whatever. So I got a stovetop Italian espresso maker. It's the stainless steel contraption here. This thing is amazing. It takes like 5 minutes. You fill it up, you put the grounds in, and it makes espresso. And I went ahead and bought the Starbucks coffee beans because that's way cheaper. And it tastes amazing. It tastes just like Starbucks espresso. But it's amazing and it works. And so now I have my protein shake for breakfast every morning, and it's set me up really, really well since I started this. I had been on a bit of a plateau. I'm back down losing again, and it's delicious and amazing and healthy. So yay. So that's usually my breakfast. And then for lunch, I do either some deli ham and a little bit of cheese. So I get the Lean Cuisine Cravables garlic chicken spring rolls, One serving has 22 carbs. I think it's 22 grams of carbs. So it's about half my carb intake for the day. But one serving is the perfect size for me to eat. It leaves me satisfied, even a little bit full sometimes, although my daughter usually shares it with me, so I probably really eat slightly less than a full serving. And like a slice of cheese, just Colby Jack. I told you I'm addicted to cheese. I eat cheese all the time. It's bad. And then I usually do have a snack. So I'll go with a serving of, and I do weigh my food. I get a serving of almonds or a serving of peanuts or occasionally a piece of fruit. But again, my program recommends not having very much fruit because it's so full of natural sugars and therefore carbs. So, you know, just a little small something. I try to keep it protein based. Greek yogurt, a little one of those 80 calorie, Yoplait Greek light and fit, whatever. Those are amazing. A little bit of cottage cheese, just something proteiny. Is that a word, proteiny? Something that has protein in it for a snack. And then for dinner, I usually have like 3 ounces of grilled chicken or some eggs. I like to do breakfast for dinner a lot, so I'll make a couple eggs and like a sausage patty or something like that. If I do chicken, I will get those steamables vegetables and steam some veggies in that. It's wonderful. And then I'm usually good to go. If I skip my snack in the middle of the afternoon for whatever reason, I'll usually have a little something right before bed, because I do eat fairly early in the day, just because my kids get up early in the morning. So I do breakfast early and I do lunch early, and I tend to do dinner early and then not get to sleep until 9 or 10 o'clock at night, and I'm hungry. So sometimes I'll do my snack later on in the evening. And that's pretty much what a day looks like for me. I tend to be a person who is in a rut. I tend to eat the same thing. Once I've figured out what works, I tend to eat the same thing all the time. So, you know, it's not great long term, but for right now, while I'm in this losing phase, I don't want to screw it up. Once I'm in maintenance phase, I'm going to branch out and start eating other things. I did find the Steam Fresh, I think it's Steam Fresh brand, or Bird's Eye Steam Fresh, whatever, of the protein lentil veggie pasta, instead of being made out of wheat or anything like that. It's made out of lentils and either spinach or squash or whatever. It's actually really good. It doesn't taste very good because I've tried it before, like ages ago, and I didn't like it because it doesn't really taste all that much like regular pasta. But when you haven't had pasta in several months, all of a sudden it tastes a lot better. So occasionally I will do that with a dinner, but it is a little bit higher carbs still because of the lentils. It's 20 to 25 grams of carbs per serving. So if I do that, then I make sure it's a day where I haven't had a whole lot of other carbs, like the lean cuisine thing or whatever. So, but I do try to keep my carbs under 40 grams. So, you know, it's a balance. I always eat a vegetable with dinner, salad, steamed veggies, you know, whatever, to try and get in some of that nutrition outside of my vitamins. But anyway, that's where I am at 4 months post-op. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm up to. If you have any questions, post it down below and I'll do my best to get back to you. And again, I hope this is helpful for somebody the way everybody that I watch has been helpful for me. So y'all have a great day. I'll talk to you later.